Okay, gonna try this again. Just tried it over there. They're trailing today. I'm gonna put this on. It's a little further away than the last one, so there we go. Might get it. Yep, I'll get it. Okay, so this is a new series that I'm starting. I already started it. It's a couple, one channel. It's Abraham Pictures is the name of the channel. And the other, so it's Abraham and his wife, and I don't want to butcher her name, so I'll wait till I get back to the computer. Right now, and Harald Kautz is the other one that's on the list. And Harald talks a lot about the chemtrails. So I'm going to go over this with Harald and throw it by him. Show him everything that I can show him and see if he sees it. See if he gets it. So that's a chemtrail we're looking at right there, Harald, right? We can agree on that. I know about the geoengineering. I know what it's all about, but one of the things that you and I do not agree on is who's running the conspiracy. Is it a government conspiracy, really? That's doing holographic images at the cloud level? And I say no. You say yes. And I'm going to prove to you, without a doubt, visually, you can prove that that's not the case. So that's one of the reasons why I'm starting off here in the clouds. Actually, I started off on your black goo, and then now I'm going to the clouds. So we're at the cloud level, but this is obviously geoengineering that we're seeing here, right? So those are chemtrails, and we're just shot out. So all the imagery that I'm going to get back to the desk and pull out of these chemtrails. That's why I'm moving it, the camera the way I'm moving it. Don't worry about it. You might not see it, but don't worry about it. I'll get it later. Lights and shadows, lights and shadows. There's a lot for me to explain. I'm going to explain fast. This series is going to be a lot better than the last one because I do know Harald and I like you. I think you're a non-purposeful liar, which I have more respect for than purposeful liars. I don't think you're telling people what you're telling them because you want to hurt them. I don't think. But then again, I've been wrong before. So right now, I'm just, this is digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon at the cloud level. They're not holographic images. The governments have no control over what images are put in there. And it's feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast over and over and over again. From the veil to the ground, it is this way. It has nothing to do with any government conspiracies. What teacher is that? Oh, maybe she was my teacher. So you see these trails are starting to open up. That's why I'm sweeping them like I'm sweeping them. I'm working the lights and shadows. Boy. Yeah, I wish I could aim the camera over there. They'll think I'm aiming them at the kids, though. If I do. There's another trail that's right over here. Sorry about that. There's another trail behind me that I'm going to go in on, too, as soon as the kids go inside. We should be able to see that one there. I got in the left corner up there. See how I'm bringing the shadows in. See how I'm going up the trail like this in the left corner. See all the faces? See them all? Image within image within image within image from the veil to the ground. See that? See what I'm doing here? I guess I'll just stay where I am because if I aim the other way, they're going to say that they'll probably come say something to me. There's kids over there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working the lights and shadows to pull you in the imagery. This goes for everything, anything and everything in the system. It's an electromagnetic nanocarbon system, and you can see it. We're not on a planet. I heard you say this morning in some videos that we were on a planet. It's not the case. I also am not a flat earther, just to let you know. I'm not a flat earther, but we're not on a planet. It doesn't work that way. It's very electrical. I think that you'll understand it. I think that you'll get it once I show it all to you. I think that you might be, but then again, like I said, I've said that before, and about others, and they don't seem to get it. So I'm pulling the images out of this right now. I'm seeing them. I see them very easily now. I'm able to separate the imagery. I'll say that that's probably going to be one of the most difficult parts for you, is like for many other people, is separating the images. That's why it is kind of nice to do a trail like this, because the jet just laid that fucking thing out. Oh, that's another thing too. I swear a lot. So I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit for the sake of Abraham and his wife. So if they do come to these videos, they don't have to deal with my trash mouth. The proper etiquette and all your science and all your science bullshit, forget it all, man. I mean, just use what you need out of it to get and understand what it is I'm showing you here. But otherwise, just fucking throw it in the garbage. So that if you don't see that image right there that's right in front of us with the mouth open, it looks like a cross between the human and ape family. The nose actually looks like it might even come in canine, but I'll try to get the shadows going so that it's more human. But let's see. Okay, I'm just going to come down it, because that trail's opening up now. I'm going to lose it in a second. I'm going to lose it. It's going to be behind some other shit and I won't be able to get at it. So I'm coming down the trail like this, image within image within image. I have no doubt whatever the sun's glaring out in my eyes, I know that I'll be able to pull you in all these images. I'm going to come down here and bring some of my camera into the dark, because I'm going to sweep this one this way, which I've already swept this one a couple times, but just to show you what I'm talking about. And I'm holding the camera in my hand and probably over the microphone. That happens a lot too. Alright, back to this trail. It's on the other side of the post now, so I'm going to keep going on this trail here. Okay, so back to Harald. Harald, hopefully you'll come to these videos. I'm going to send you an email or a message anyways on your YouTube at least, directing you over here so you can see what it is I'm trying to show you. So no kids are out there, so I could probably go over to this one now. This one's a little close. I'd have to change my settings here. Let's see. I think I got it, but I don't know. But there's trails all over the place. I mean, they're trailing us today, so I'll do this one again. Okay, I'm gonna turn you on to the builders, the triangular builders, and I'm gonna try to. Hopefully, you won't be offended by some ignoramus, uneducated fucking idiot telling you shit, right? Because that's gonna be the biggest hurdle for you when you come to these videos. How is this asshole with no fucking brains telling me my business? Don't worry about it. Just listen to what I'm going to show you, or tell you, I should say, and look at what I'm going to show you. Overlook your ego for a little bit to get through this. And then in the end, after a 200-part series, because there's no way I'm going to be able to do only a 100-part series to you. So once we get done with that 200-part series, then you can turn around and say, what an asshole, what a dick, and you rank me out or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Point is, give it a chance. and I will explain it as thoroughly as possible. I've explained it in many other series to many other people. A lot of them you know. Some of them might even be friends of yours. So I'll just mention that too. And some of this video is going to be directed towards Abraham and his wife from Abraham Pictures. We're looking at what you call a chemtrail. I call them mineral streets. That's another thing I'll let you know as I'm talking, is that I spell everything my own way. I pronounce things my own way. This is a government conspiracy, my ass. This is not Illuminati, Freemason, government, none of that shit. Yes, they do the geoengineering, and yes, they dust us with shit, and I'll get into all that, with what it is and everything. But that's not what it's about. This is really a human conspiracy. It's a human conspiracy, and it's provable that it's a human conspiracy. I have evidence for that, strong evidence, 7.8 billion strong. Another thing I want to talk to you about is I want to set you straight on the Morgellons. Again, you're going to be upset and offended, but just give it a chance. Listen to what I'm going to tell you and watch what I'm going to show you. And you'll see that the Morgellons is another Metellus. There's something called nanometellus. There's a biometellus. You're very, very familiar with it. They're mites, what you'll know as mites. But there's also hybrid metellus, electrometellus, and electromagnetic nanometellus. And the electromagnetic nanometellus, you should be able to understand, because I've watched some of your videos and stuff, and you seem like you'll get it. They don't have legs, they don't have eyes, ears, noses. They don't work that way. They don't have asses. They're non-shitters, the ones that I'm working with. And they're easy to work with, and they're very easy to find because they're everywhere in our system. So you don't need anything fancy. People all over the place, the zombies, the 7.8 billion zombies I'm talking about, they've got infrared cameras on their homes. They see these mites flying around all the fucking time because the infrared light shows them off, just like you were showing in one of your videos. So they know this. There's no rain outside, there's no mist, there's no nothing, but yet these fucking things are bouncing all over the fucking place in the screen, right? Looks like turning the flashlight on in a room where there's dust, right? Like you were doing one of those experiments to show people that it's all around us. And it is, but you can see it. Okay, these builders, that I call them the builders, they build using whatever minerals we feed them. The purity makes a difference, the light makes a difference. There's a lot of different things that'll come into play. I'll talk about them as I go. The nanometellus are responsible for every sickness and ailment known to humankind, including the one that you're big on, which is Morgellons. And you're on the wrong path with the Morgellons. You're on the wrong road. You're close. You're very close. The Morgellons is going to be, you're going to find them here. They're a crossbreed. They're a crossbreed Metellus down into a nano size. So if you look at all the imagery in there, it's unbelievable. I'll pull it out later. I'll pull out all the imagery later. We're just looking at some grass. But in the morning, you'll see on this grass, a lot of times actually, you'll find them. But you'll see the webs of the mites, of the biomites, right? And those biomites have all crossed with other mites. Look at all the imagery. It's unfucking believable. It's just a lawn. It's just some grass, okay? Wait till I show you later what it is I'm going to show you. Because I see it all so clearly. It's fucking amazing every time I look around. So, anyways, this is how you know. When you see the imagery like this, where I'm showing you now, you might not be seeing it, but don't worry. I'll add some filters and I'll show it to you. We're just looking at some grass. That's what this is. This is a lawn. And the imagery is everywhere. That's not a government conspiracy. They're not at my children's school right now planting all this, for your holographic images. No, that's not what this is about. This is a human conspiracy. I can actually date it for you. I can bring you back. I will. That's why it's going to be a good series. This is going to be one of my best series ever. They do just keep getting better and better. The last one was nothing too spectacular either because I don't have any subs, so I wasn't really that worried about doing a good job. There's no subs right now. But anyways, back to the Metallis. You'll find the Metallis that do the webbing all over the place, but one of the places is the garden, the grass, the lawn. So when you come out and you see the webs and everything like that, compare them. Compare them to the Morgellons, and you'll see what I'm saying. Look at the characteristics. Look at the switch over, the swap over, when they hybrid into these other species, or a different strain of the same species. And they do it on their own. They don't need any help. The Metallis don't need any help doing that. In other words, they just go live in that environment. Once they live in that environment, they're all set. Like, for example, the fungus Metallis, the biometallis that works on fungus, right? And mold and stuff like that, right? I've heard you talk about it. All right, so you know that stems and hybrids into, it combines with other Metallis. So let's say it combines with meat Metallis, one that likes meat, right? It'll enter the human body, and it doesn't necessarily, it won't turn into a scabies Metallis. It won't turn into that. It'll go deep down somewhere else in the colon and everything. We're talking about the same shit that happens every day when everyone wakes up in the morning. I don't care who you are. Everyone has these Metallis. They're all over the place. They're everywhere in our lives and in us big time. Depending on which ones you have, are going to have different effects on you. Excuse me. I'm trying to get rid of the glare. There we go. Yeah, so you'll have different effects. And the Metallis, depending on which one it is you have. So if it combines, let's say, with a meat Metallis with a fungus Metallis, it may end up going in your colon. Oh, I was talking about the eyes. Yeah, you'll find the crusty shit in the corners of your eyes and everything like that. That's what that is. And the body does normally kill these Metallis off. We have things set up in our body to kill them off. But unfortunately, we took out a lot of things out of the human race that were killing them off. The magnets, the lead paint. We got rid of the lead paint. We stopped creating the big magnets that we used to do. That's one way. We've changed our lighting. The sun is no longer the yellow light that it used to be when we were kids. The sun is now this white light now. We've changed it. I know it sounds funny to most people, but you should understand what it is I'm talking about. If you change the atmosphere, then you change the light. So we've changed the atmosphere with this geoengineering shit that you're talking about all the time, right there. All that stuff. That's how they do that. And layers and layers and layers of it, and then it leaves us more unprotected. Our body's losing its signal. The whole earth is actually losing its signal on that frequency. And then those wires that you see everywhere, I'll try to point to them right there. You'll see the wires everywhere, 60 hertz. Everywhere, 60 hertz. See inside the car right here? That's 60 hertz. See that heater right there? That's 60 hertz. See the camera that it's on right now? That's 60 hertz. Everything runs at 60 hertz. So that ends up being an issue. All right, my kids are coming out, so I gotta. Everything in this car, by the way, is 60 hertz. That ignition is running at 60 hertz. Everything runs at 60 hertz. So, all right, I'll be back.